I've been around the zombie scene on YouTube for an embarrassingly long time. This is my 10th year just making YouTube content about it, and sometimes it's nice to go down memory lane and relive a bit of the memories. So over the last few days, I've been going back through some of the most famous zombies matches ever, and a revelation kind of struck me. What if some of these games aren't as legit as they appeared to be at first glance? Zombies is popular, and with anything popular, there is guaranteed to be some cheaters out there, and I know this sounds a little conspiracy theory and a bit dumb, but this isn't something that I'm approaching without any good reason. I think a lot of you have probably either heard of or seen Syndicate's around 115 game on Kino der Toten. It's still one of the most viewed zombies videos in history, racking up over 14 million views since it was posted just on that one part of the series. The problem with it is that it's not entirely legit. Now, I made a video talking about this almost 2 years ago where I laid out some points that a high round world record player had made, but following my video there was even more evidence posted about it. And the conclusion that pretty much everyone came to was that there was obvious splicing of different games with this character changing between videos, film reels appearing and then disappearing, and places where it appears as if he was using demigod or full-on god mode to prevent taking downs. The basic and most easy explanation that I can come up with is that he committed to doing this series of around 115 and began posting videos on it while still playing the match. Something like this was really common back in the day, with updates being posted in a few minute parts, sometimes getting uploaded multiple times per day. And so when Syndicate lost his first match and died, he panicked, began a new game, and then used some extra help to reach the final goal. I do believe some of the game was played legitimately. He probably modded in the beginning and then at certain parts when he thought he was going to take it down. But more than likely the last few rounds was played legit, and I don't want this video to be entirely about him because it's old news, but it does bring up an interesting question of what else could be out there. Well, I actually have a really funny story to tell about this. In 2017, there was an incident where a Twitch streamer slash YouTuber at the time named the London Project was live streaming and going for a world record attempt on Zetsubo no Shima for PC. In that live stream, he did claim that it was a legitimate game, and on round 215, he was knifing while going down the elevator and ended up pulling up a mod menu by accident. The implication there being that he got to round 215 with modding, started up his live stream, and then just said, you know what, I'm going to claim this was legit, and accidentally exposed himself by sheer bad luck. And immediately following this, he ended his live stream, then began a new one of him playing Revelations on PS4 while looking painfully guilty. It was just really funny. I also shouldn't say that at the time the London Project wasn't even just a random person. He had 1,000 viewers at any given time. He had like 100,000 followers on Twitch, and I think he had 50 to 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. And because it was such a funny incident, I thought it would be cool and people would care about my opinion for some reason, so I made a video talking about it just to say, hey, if he was trying to pass the game off as legitimate, then he should be banned from world record websites. At the time, he was a regular high round player, and I just didn't think that he should be allowed to, especially because if you can do it once, then you're probably going to do it better and, you know, more secretively and not get caught the second time. Then about a day later, he made a response video to me where he cut to the word out of context what I was trying to say and made it look like I was being mean to him, when in fact I was actually pretty soft on him. He never really debunked anything that anyone actually said. It was just a lot of shouting and calling me a fucking virgin in the most London accent you could possibly imagine. But I also do kind of understand why he reacted like this, because during that period of time he was the high round community's punching bag. There was a lot of really nasty racial comments in his streams, toxic donations, and pretty much everything that he could possibly do was criticized. I honestly didn't know much about the guy at the time, nor do I really still. All I had ever heard was he basically viewbotted his live streams because viewers would fluctuate by the hundreds in seconds, and that he did high rounds. Looking back though, it was really funny, and this was probably one of the most high prolific cases of a big name in the community actually being caught cheating. Now let's shift a little bit and look at the highest viewed videos from consistent zombies YouTubers, and I do need to clarify that because apparently Vanoss has a monopoly on just high viewed zombies content. So with 11.3 million views, an old You Always Win Simpsons custom map playthrough is, it's interesting. For it being a video from 2014, I can see why it did well with the audio being good, and the quality of the actual gameplay is surprisingly crisp, especially for it being in an era where most of us were still uploading videos from our phone. But obviously, since it's a custom map video without any edits, I think it's safe to say that there's no cheating going on here. They've also got another video with an almost identical view count that's just Mario Mario themed instead of The Simpsons. I do find it kind of crazy though, because You Always Win has been around for pretty much longer than almost anyone in the zombies community, but they don't really interact with the zombies community, nor do you really hear anyone talking about them. They just still grind away even to this day doing their own thing. Then following those guys, we've got back-to-back Relaxing End videos where in both of them he live streamed the backwards compatible version of Black Ops 2 Transit and got 10 million views on each of them. Something I actually noticed is that many of the top comments on both of them were actually written in Spanish. I guess that's kind of the advantage that you have when there's no narrator, so anyone in any language can understand what's going on in the video. I guess that makes sense why one of the most followed TikTok accounts in the world actually never speaks either, but do I really need to explain why the Relaxing End wasn't cheating in a game of Black Ops 2 from 2017 in a public match on stream? Bro gets my seal of approval for not cheating. You know what, I only covered this simply because it has so many views and I figured it kind of goes with the theme. Now I'm actually kind of sorry for this next one because I actually like Dalek. He's never been anything but nice to me and my girlfriend over the years and has always been way nicer than he needed to be. With that said, there was this old trend in the early days of Black Ops 1 where people would go to high rounds and try to accumulate as many points as possible. This would be done usually by using a crappy wall weapon, emptying the ammo into the zombies, buying more ammo, and repeating for like 30 to 50 hours of gameplay. Some people reached 8 or 9 million points this way, and apparently Dalek didn't though, because in a now deleted video, he uploaded a gameplay of 5 of him getting to round 74 with over 8 million points. And this actually ties back into the last person that we talked about, because the Relaxing End actually saw this video about 5 years ago and tweeted asking someone to do the math on it being legit or not, and according to the math, there's a better chance that Dream's Minecraft speedruns are real. And so basically what I was able to understand from this exposed video was when you die in Black Ops 1, the game over screen shows exactly how many points that you accumulated throughout the game even if you had spent them. And in the footage that Dalek had uploaded, he had supposedly only spent 134,000 points, and that seems like a lot to some people, but when you need to be buying ammo hundreds of times per round for at least 600 points each, then it doesn't really make sense. This is a pretty tame example of cheating, but it shows that basically nothing slips by the zombies community forever, and there's people out there with a ridiculous level of knowledge. I've personally probably played more zombies than 99.999% of people on the planet, and even I didn't know about the points thing until looking around for this video even after a decade. Now it's time for a certified hood classic in Steve's Der Eisendrache Easter egg speedrun. If you're not familiar with him, he's a high round player who sort of filled the hole that the Relaxing End left when he began to do unboxings and sort of left the community a bit. All of his uploads are either world records or just high skill gameplay, with him only uploading a few times per year. Fun fact actually, during the early days of Fortnite, I randomly matched against him and let's just say I didn't win. But anyway, so this video is kind of iconic, with it having 7.4 million views, making it one of the highest viewed zombies gameplay videos ever, and being the only speedrun to make it anywhere near this list. So that begs the question, is it legit? Yes. So this was in 2017 and he played on a PS4, which had basically no modding capabilities at the time. There's also no obvious splicing, which would be a concern in a speedrun like this. But to me, the fact that there are small errors like missing a wall jump and needing to redo it or take a few extra seconds in certain areas to be precise to me proves enough that it was just a good run for the time on a somewhat new map. When this video was actually uploaded, it beat the previous record by 17 seconds, but since Steve posted his video, he isn't even close to the top 10 anymore. The current world record for the Der Eisendrache speedrun is 26 minutes and 45 seconds, which is wild and shows how far the community has pushed such a short speedrun. But it also can't be overstated how important of a video this is, with how much exposure it helped the zombie speedrunning community grow to this day. Steve gets the base seal of not cheating. And I know it's a bit late in the video, but I do want to say that I don't think it's really fair to hold any of this against the people in the video that did get caught for cheating. These people probably just wanted, their audience to think that they were cool for being good at zombies when they were young teenagers. None of them also cheat anymore because frankly, times have changed a lot. None of them are even doing high rounds anymore, and there's really no incentive to cheat nowadays and risk their reputations. It's the same thing with someone like me. There's no reason to, have your audience distrust you by faking a gameplay. It's just worth not even putting yourself in that situation. But the last one that we've got for today is someone that you weren't expecting to see here, and And that's actually me. Yeah, so that part of what I just said applied to me too. Back in 2014, I was just starting on YouTube and I wanted to seem like I was a good zombies player. Because of this, my dumbass decided to play a game of Buried where I sat in a glitch and used the paralyzer to reach 1 million points in a few hours. I then ended the game and used my crappy 720p quality laptop webcam to record a 8-second video showing it off and how small my penis was. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I do actually remember this because it was done literally minutes before I left for a family vacation. That's right, Luke in 2014 was a filthy cloud-hungry glitcher, and fuck it, because that video got 3,000 views, so it was totally worth it. Now go watch this video of me doing a challenge with the worst thing in Black Ops 4 Zombies.